30. Now here's the interesting part. Which group do you think rated the experience as less painful, less unpleasant? Exactly, the second group. What Dan Ariely explains is that the end of an experience has a huge impact on how we perceive the entire experience. So for the second group, since the ending wasn't so bad, they remember the whole thing as less terrible. Weird, right? No one in their right mind would say, "Hey, leave the tube in for 5 more minutes, please." But that's how the mind works. And that's exactly what the poor guy takes advantage of with the 10% rule. Think of it this way. If you go on a 4-day vacation and all 4 days are just okay, a 7 out of 10, then you'll remember it as a 7. The average is 7. Your perception is 7. But if the first 2 days suck and get a 5, and the last 2 days are amazing and get a 9, even though the average is still 7, you'll remember it as more like an 8.5, because the ending felt so good. That's the trick. If a soccer match has a boring first half but ends with an epic last 15 minutes, people walk out saying it was amazing. But if the best part is at the beginning and the rest drags, people leave saying it sucked. The order matters. That's the trick. The 10% rule is powerful. It's all about focusing on making the last 10% of the experience extraordinary, because the way something ends shapes how people remember the whole thing. So, what did the poor guy do? How did he use the 10% rule? Here's what he did. He took her to a very modest place, but there was chemistry. They talked, they laughed, they had a good time. And he liked her so much, was so into her, that he said, "Look, I don't usually do this because it's out of my budget, but I want to take you for a drink somewhere special." So they went to a tiny bar, ordered a small bottle of wine, and after a couple of glasses, the poor guy pulled out his guitar and played 2 or 3 songs just for her. What he felt was real. You could see it in his eyes. And for her, that last hour was so magical. Not just 5 stars, it didn't even fit in 5 stars. It was more like a 6, or a 7, or even an 8. That last 10% of the date was so magical that when she got home and walked through her door, that's what stayed in her mind. That's what shaped her whole memory of the night. And she felt like she just had one of the best dates of her life. So next time you want to impress someone, remember, just like in soccer, just like the poor guy's romantic date, and even in a damn colonoscopy, the end of the experience changes how people perceive the whole thing. Next time you want to leave someone thinking, "Wow," take advantage of the 10% rule. Since 70% of your life is made up of the things you do every single day, your daily habits, it's crazy how, if you focus on just a few key habits, in a short time you'll start noticing changes in your mood, in your body, in your direction in life. Because every day you do the same thing, you lay another brick on the same tower, and you improve, and improve, and improve. The best book on this topic is Atomic Habits.